Before the video starts, I wanted to apologize for the brief audio imperfections. I just got these really nice microphones and I am still trying to use them. This is my first real official time making a video with them, and I'd be underestimating how loud I can get sometimes. I tried to fix it as best as I could, so hopefully it's not too bad, but I just want to let you guys know in advance in case you want to turn your headphones down or whatever. But other than that, let's get right back into the video. Hey you guys, my name is Trinity. If you're new here, welcome. I do lifestyle and spirituality content, and if that interests you, you might as well go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. But if you are not new here, welcome back. So I took a break from YouTube that turned out to be a lot longer than intended. I definitely didn't want to stay away for this long, but it's so much that has happened that it was honestly very much needed. I pretty much hit a rock bottom, and like, it's just so weird being on my spiritual journey already. It kind of feels like I just went through another spiritual journey, and both of my eyes are irritating me very much, so we'll get into that later. So if they're like watery, or if they just look funny, or if I'm just scratching or doing whatever, actually no, I shouldn't be scratching them, but just ignore it. We'll talk about it later. Yeah, I took a break, and I am certain that people were wondering where I went. But I've just had a lot going on recently. I don't even know where to start when it comes to this. Actually, no, I do know where to start. Let's start when I was in Hawaii. So if you guys don't know, I went to Hawaii for my 21st birthday. It was the middle of June. So the early middle of June, whatever. And Hawaii is 6 hours back for those of you who don't know. And so the time difference versus me being from and normally in Atlanta, it's a 6 hour difference. So when it was like midnight over there, it was like 6 a.m. So it's like the sun, like the time difference, jet lag really had me messed up. Me and my friends were messed up. And come the end of the trip, like the most thing that we kind of did was just sleep. Like we were just really, really tired. We had did a lot of plant medicine. Well, not a lot, but we did plant medicine because this was a very spiritual trip for all of us. And that in itself was, I don't want to say an exhausting experience, but it was a very heavy one. So it's like when you uncover and do a lot of shadow work with two other people who are uncovering and doing shadow work, and you guys are all just talking about your trauma and just the way that you've been conditioned and just so many things like that I talk about on this channel all the time. It's a lot. It was a lot of energy that was depleted, that was restored, that it was a lot going on. However, like I said, we got really tired come the end of our trip. When I came back home, I really was just like knocked out. Like I was really just trying to catch up. And it was weird because I just truly felt like I couldn't. And I am not typically, like, I love to be on a schedule. I like to wake up at 8 a.m. I like to, stretch. I've said this morning routine before. I like to stretch. I like to do my yoga. I like to make me a bowl of oatmeal, drink some tea, and, do what it needs to do. But I hadn't been able to do that at all, and it was just so upsetting. Like I was truly, truly upset with like myself, with like, I just didn't understand what was going on. And it started with fatigue. That was the number one thing that set it off, that had me looking like, what is about to happen? And as you guys know, we were in retrograde. I think I talked about that. I don't know if I did. I don't know if I talked about that yet, but we were definitely in a retrograde, and literally shadow period just ended, 2 days ago? It's the 9th. I am finally starting to see some relief. So let me just explain what has been going on. During the time where I was super exhausted, a lot of issues that I had been avoiding started to come up in every aspect of my life, and I did not know how to handle it, because it started, if it wasn't the fatigue, then it also the dreams is what came right after. So I had bought this dream catcher, and if you follow me on Instagram, you probably remember when I was yelling at y'all about this. Like I was just so confused. I didn't understand like why this dream catcher was having me have such crazy dreams. When I say my dreams felt like a Robot Chicken episode, I'm not. I'm so serious. It was just manic many situations just back to back, just people from my past that I hadn't seen or thought about, like just random, like people that you see in school, like every now and then, like they was just extras in my life, like it was like I was having dreams about people like that, and I was just so confused. Some of them were very symbolic. I had one super symbolic and traumatic dream that was in relation to something that happened to me back in February, and that was the main one that kind of had me contact my tarot reader, Troy. Shout out to Troy. I contacted him and I told him about these dreams because I really just wanted to know like why I was having all these crazy ass dreams. I figured that I couldn't sleep, or my fatigue may have been involved in that, but I was really just like, I don't want to keep having like nightmares pretty much. Like why does this keep happening? So I was talking to him about it, and I explained to him about the worst dream that I had in relation to what happened to me a few months ago. And what was supposed to be a 15-minute conversation turned into an hour-long conversation. Basically, like the trauma that I had faced all those months ago was knocking at the door, and I wasn't ready to answer. Like I had thought that I had already like did what I needed to do in relation to that situation, but I hadn't, and it wasn't intentional. Me ignoring my shadow side was not intentional. It was just something that happened because I just, I had gotten so used to things in my life just being abundant, just being high vibes. I had got used to people asking me how I was and me saying great and truly meaning it. That's what it was. And I guess I didn't want to face the reality that shit was not great, that some of my chakras have been misaligned, overactive, underactive. It was not, I wasn't in alignment with myself, and I didn't want to think about it. And it's crazy because it's like I make spiritual content. Like I never lie about the things that I say, but sometimes the only thing that I have had an issue with recently when it comes to practicing what I preach is shadow work. So it's like, how you gonna be ignoring your shadow self and you sitting here talking about shadow work is the number one tool. It's the key. Like she's very beautiful to me. Like I hope y'all get that reference. So I just was like ignoring my shadow side, and I shouldn't have been doing that. And it came back to mess with me very much so. Yeah, Troy is just explaining all of this to me, and he's like, you need to run to your family. You need to be comforted right now. Like, you need to deal with this shit. You can't keep ignoring it. Like, you have to feel what you feel and feel it intensely. Just y'all get what I'm saying. So that's what I was forced to do. It was just so much stuff. Like, even that the next day after that, it was just another situation happened. It was just too much for me to navigate. Like I didn't want to do shit. Like I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to film. I didn't want to create. I didn't want to do anything, which was really hard for me because I love content creation. Like that's just my thing. Like, and the more that I do it, like I be taking breaks sometimes, and then I get footage to actually edit, and I'm just sitting here on my computer just typing like this, just smiling because I'm just so like excited to actually do what I love to do. So you guys can imagine how much of a disappointment it was that I couldn't find the energy or desire to do what I love to do. About a week after I am, feeling these emotions and just going through it and stuff like that, I get sick. I get like super sick. Like this was, wait, did the time frame go correctly? I might be forgetting some stuff. Like, I might be forgetting a few things, but I got really sick, and I don't know what I had. It wasn't corona. Next thing I knew, it was the day after. No, it was the 4th of July is when I had started to feel really bad symptoms. The symptoms weren't super bad, but I know my body and I know when something's about to go down, and it was enough for me to be like, "Oh my god, what is about to take place? What is about to happen to me?" And so yeah, it started with a sore throat, and I hate sore throats. Like, honestly, like when it comes to being sick, like give me everything else but a sore throat. Like I'd rather have diarrhea over a sore throat. Like I can't and I think it's because I'm a Gemini. I think it's my throat chakra. Me not being able to talk, and if I do talk, it's uncomfortable. I don't like that. And even right now, my throat is still a little dry, but I have been itching to create some content as of this past week, but we'll get to that in a second. So it starts with a sore throat. The next morning I wake up and it's a wrap. I don't even think, I barely slept the night into the July 5th because I was just so messed up. I knew things was gonna go bad, and the next day I tried to navigate, but I cannot. I've got this sore throat. I don't want to talk. Every time I stand up, I damn near pass out. It's like you start seeing them stars. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Like I just kept seeing stars all over the place, and the only relief I would get is when I would lay back down. And me, like, I hate like looking at my clock and seeing that it's like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Like I don't like that, and I'm just still in my room, in my bed, and the sun is shining. Like I just feel like I should be out being just, living life. And I think that another aspect is that I never really rested before all of this. Like I be working, I be trying to get to the bag. YouTube needs to pay me more. Like I don't know why I need to get paid. I just need to get paid more on this shit. But I just used to just be constantly doing or like wanting to do, and sometimes it wouldn't even be work related. Like I would just be hanging out with my friends. We just living a hot girl summer, and me not being able to do that was just really different for me, and I just was really forced onto my ass, forced to rest. And I've said this before back when I was in college, and how I had actually got COVID. This was in like October. Yeah, I think it was in October that I had got COVID. And I was saying that I truly believe that it was because I was constantly constantly working on schoolwork that I didn't even care about. So I dropped out. I get sick and I cry all the time because I'm sick, and during this period this has been the most that I have cried, which is really good because crying is just the ultimate release, especially for me. Any like form of emotion that I express that isn't like my normal, like, yeah, like I mean I'm not like this all the time, but like, you know what I'm saying, like just normal, like I just be chilling, like I just be like, oh, like what's up, like, I just navigating the world. Anytime it's not like that, I feel like I am releasing, especially when it's like a super intense emotion like sadness or like jealousy even, or like anger, or stuff like that. So yeah, I just was crying, like I just immensely crying. And also on top of that, like I was sick and I was dealing with the trauma that I had just been informed my shadow self is mad at me for not, confronting. And that in itself was like a super big deal. And I feel like y'all, if you watch my videos, I feel like you understand how big of a deal it was because I'm not telling you what it is. Like I pretty much tell y'all everything. And at this moment in time, I am not really trying to tell y'all like what the situation was and just stuff like that. I feel like I'm truly an honest and open person. A lot of people, when they DM me or talk to me in person, they tell me that they're like so appreciative of how vulnerable I am. And most times I'm just like, man, this is the human experience. Like we are all going through the same shit. And if it's not the same shit, it's variations of the same shit. But in relation to this, I don't know about that just yet. I don't know. I want to be 100% certain about the things that I talk about, even though like I be talking about like hella intimate, personal stuff. I think y'all understand what I'm saying. So yeah, it was an emotional roller coaster with that, especially because I had come across the person who was in my dream twice. Literally within, like, right before I got sick. So yeah, I think it was, I don't remember the exact date, but like right before I had got sick, I had went to this rave in Atlanta. It was lit, met some of y'all there, and I seen this person in the crowd, and I just wanted to like hurt somebody. Like, truly, like I just really wanted to like rage, and that's not my normal reaction. um it truly isn't, and honestly most times I am very understanding of like pretty much every fucking thing. So like, I tend to take a lot of people in mind whenever somebody does something to me, or like just not even necessarily gotta do something to me. Like if my waiter is like got an attitude, like it has nothing to do with me, and I can acknowledge that, and I'm not about to get upset because I'm taking it personal. Like everybody hates their job. Like everybody does. Like everybody has those days. And I can understand why niggas hate their job, because I hated my job, so I quit. And I now live a life that I've been dreaming of, but not everybody is going to recognize that at the same time. So I can, step outside of myself and put myself in that person's shoes and understand that whatever they beef is with me, it ain't really with me. But when it came to that person, like it was just rage. And it was just so interesting because I hadn't felt rage like that. Like I don't really get angry. Like I might get annoyed at the most. I might get disappointed or upset, but like angry, like one morning, what was that, like 3 days ago now? I had been, I could not sleep. I could not sleep. Yeah, I truly just felt like I had hit rock bottom, and it was just a lot, and I just could not sleep one night, and I just like, I don't know, like it just felt like I felt like a furnace. Like I felt like it was literally like my insides were on fire, and I just couldn't explain it in any other way other than that, because it's just like I'm just so used to being the me that I present to y'all on here, because this is who I actually am. Like I don't cap for a camera. So when I was feeling like that, I was like, I need to feel it. Like this is my body's reaction. My body be twitching sometimes when I think about this person, or just different aspects of just my body just showing me that it has pent up emotion. And so therefore I need to feel this shit to let it out. Whatever it is, just let it out. It was like 5 a.m., almost 6 a.m. I had went onto my balcony. I just took my shadow work journal out there, and I made me a cup of tea. It was hibiscus spice. It was amazing. It was spicy as hell. It's spicy as hell kind of tea, but it was perfect for that moment. And I just sat on the balcony and I just watched the sunrise, and I just did shadow work in my shadow work journal. If you haven't seen that YouTube video, I would definitely recommend you check it out. But I just did shadow work, and I hadn't did it in a minute. Like maybe a few weeks. Maybe I don't know when the last time I did shadow work before that was. I'm not even gonna be. I gotta be honest about that. But yeah, I had just did shadow work, and the whole prompt, the whole entry, I just wrote in red, and I just wanted to. I didn't ask myself a question. I just wrote, and I just let it all out, and it was great. And I just truly felt my frustration with just like men. Like that's it. Like just my honest to God frustration with damn near every man I have come across. And I have made a lot of progress in relation to the way I used to view men. Shit, I used to view men like it was bad. It was bad, but it was because I had a lot of like paternal trauma, not even just from my father himself, but like from his people. It just irritated me. So I had worked through a lot of that, the majority of that. But it was like this kind of shadow work was mainly about like the other men I had come across, like niggas, like little boys, like just dudes that, pretend like they want to give you everything and they want to not. So it was just me expressing a lot of anger towards that. And it was also me trying to tap into my masculine side. Because when I was in Hawaii, I was with my friend. I was with both of my friends are studs, I guess, for yeah, studs, masculine presenting women. And I was holding hands with Jay, and we were on psychedelics, and I could just feel like we were giving each other like whatever we needed. So I was giving her femininity. She was crying. She does not cry. That girl does not cry at all, and I could tell. But while you're on plant-based medicine, it's gonna make you cry. So she was crying, and I was, just giving her exactly what it was that she needed, which was, this feminine energy, like comfortability, like just safe, nurture. It was so sweet because my other friend AB, she was there too, and she was explaining like their issues, like her and my and Jay's issues. They were like, I got the seed, like I put it in the soil, but you, like they were talking about me, they were like, you're the water. And I was like, whoa, like that's so crazy. They were like you are literally like what we need, to figure shit out. Cause it's like people be having like ideas in their head, but they don't really know like what connects all of these ideas. And I'm the type of person that helps you connect these ideas. And so, yeah, we were just like out there exchanging energy. And ever since, I've been trying to work on tapping more into my masculine side. I told y'all, left side of your body, feminine, right side, masculine. I have Bell's palsy on my right side. I've talked about this before. And I truly want to like tap in to that energy. Because I feel like I used to have it. I honestly used to dress more masculine presenting, like, especially when I ain't had no hair. So I used to be super masculine. Well, not super masculine, but y'all understand. I just used to be more masculine presenting back then. And I stopped. So yeah. Um, but yeah, like just feeling those emotions just had me truly wanting to tap into my throat chakra. Like honestly, it's weird because like I be the first nigga to say something, but when it comes to me being like catcalled or like bothered just by men on the street, just niggas asking for my number in racetrack, like I don't know how to say no or to ignore, because I think it's fear, and it's just like I just be like just nervous, like it's just nervousness. Like I remember one time I was in racetrack, and this guy was like, how tall are you? And then from behind me, I was in line, and he was like, how tall are you? And I'm just looking at this nigga, and I was like 4'11". Like he was like, oh, he started laughing, and I was like, how tall are you? And he was like 6 foot. That nigga was capped. I fucked with a 6 foot nigga. The nigga was over 6 foot. That nigga in the store, that nigga was capped. And I was just like, okay, like you niggas are weird. And then he just like walked up to the register next to me and was still trying to talk to me while the lady was like trying to ring up his stuff and like ask him like, how's your day? And I just didn't know how to navigate the situation. Like I just want to be more comfortable in telling niggas no, like not being afraid of murder, just kidnapping, just tap more into that energy. So this is all of the stuff that I've been learning recently. Shadow work is so important. I had a shroom trip, I think the day before yesterday, either yesterday or the day before yesterday. And at one point in time I just felt like I had been like pushed in the forehead and like forced to like lay down, and my spirit guide just shows me this like depiction of my shadow self and like me. And it was like they were at first they were like two balls, like one was light, the other was dark, and it was like they were like moving apart from each other, but they're supposed to be together, yin and yang, light and dark, good and bad. And then they became like figures, like actual figures. and I can see my spirit guide in the middle, like holding them on both ends and like pushing them towards each other. And I just literally, I immediately knew what it was about. I immediately was, I was like, I've been ignoring my shadow side, and I need to stop ignoring her because she's in there, and I don't want to wait until something blows over for me to, just have this realization. I don't want to not be active on YouTube for like 21 days, because not just because like I simply need a break, but because I'm being forced to have a break. Like, it's just different. Like, it did not feel right, and I'm just like literally have been going through the motions these past like few weeks. Like, it's just been a lot. It's just been a lot. And honestly, I have tried to draft so many YouTube videos within this time period, all with like great names, like unique ass names. Like, I have no problem with that. But it was just like, I just did not know what to say. I didn't know what to say. And I didn't know what to say because I think that me trying to make a video is coming from the wrong place. Like, I'd rather be like creating content for me, and from a place where it's like, I genuinely want to do it. Like, it's something that I want to do, not something that I feel like forced to do. And it didn't feel like that for a minute, especially at the beginning. Like, I've been for this past like few like 4 or 5 days, I've genuinely been wanting to create. It's just like my throat was hurting, my fucking eyes was hurting, y'all. So I had gotten sick, and then literally like my throat, like I said, it was like the last thing to really stop hurting, and it's dry right now. So that's why I keep like swallowing and drinking water. Literally, I'm finally feeling more energetic, and like I can actually do things. I'm cooking healthy meals. Like, my food habits have not been bad. Like, I've been eating healthy. All that is happening, and then like I'm finally healing from this sickness, and then I get pink eye. So that's like why my eye has been watering. Hopefully it's not that noticeable, but that's why what I referred to at the beginning of the video. And to be honest, it was this eye first, but now this shit feels like it's getting irritated. Like, it just feels like it's getting irritated, and I don't want to deal with it. Also, on top of that, during the time where I was sick, I was having really bad stomach pain. Like, I don't know what it was. Like I said, I was eating healthy, um like healthier than normal. Like, I was home cooking meals when I had the energy to, and they were like healthy stuff. Like, I was eating like soup with like freshly chopped like ingredients. So I didn't understand what was up, and I of course be staying hydrated, because if I'm gonna do one thing, is stay hydrated on some alkaline water. But I had this really bad stomach pain, and it was like my stomach was growling, but I had eaten. So I don't understand like what that's about. And it was just weird. And I just, after a second, I started to realize that it was an imbalance with my solar plexus. And your solar plexus is basically yellow, and it controls like creativity. And you guys know I've been saying I had a creative blockage because I didn't want to do shit. I didn't want to create YouTube videos. I didn't want to write poetry. I didn't want to work on anything. I didn't want to. Oh, I didn't want to. I was gonna say I didn't want to work on my brand, but just letting y'all know, finally got half of my mass production order. It's literally in the living room. That shit is crazy as fuck. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please follow my Instagram for my brand. It's called Brown Girl the Brand. It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go stupid. I'm so excited to share it with y'all, and I can't wait for y'all to see what it is, because I've been hinting at that shit for months. I can't wait for y'all to see what it is, because you're gonna immediately, I feel like y'all are gonna recognize the intention behind it. It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go stupid. So I'm very excited about that. But yeah, I just was dealing with all these damn illnesses. And like, it just felt like I had truly hit rock bottom. Like, I just was worried about everything. Like, I got denied from my first choice apartment. I don't know what I'm gonna do in less than a month. I'm just trusting the universe at this point, because these niggas be tripping on these applications. So it's just a lot that I had going on, and that's really why I have been gone. But it's, what's really crazy, like, throughout this whole time, like, I have acknowledged the spiritual symbolism behind all of this, all of it. Um, And I'm saying that because like that wouldn't have been something that I would have done like when I was younger. And by younger I mean like preteen, young teen. Because I just, I just didn't look at the full picture, but like literally, like how I said my stomach was hurting. I'm looking at the chakra imbalance. My third eye had been hella overactive. My third eye was bugging, okay? Like literally, like I would just walk into a room and just see people's auras. Like it was just a lot. And like it was a little irritating because like sometimes, ignorance is bliss sometimes. And I feel like I am tired of learning. Like sometimes I truly be tired of learning. Like I don't want to like overanalyze every situation, or it's probably not even necessarily overanalyzing, but just like I just don't want to constantly like I just don't want everything to be a lesson. Sometimes I just want to kick back and enjoy this human experience because it's here for me to kick back and enjoy sometimes, During the time period where I was drafting like YouTube videos to talk about, one was titled "I wish I had taken the blue pill," and I haven't seen The Matrix, which probably is like ironic, but I haven't seen it, but the red pill, blue pill thing. Red pill, if I'm correct, I hope I am because this would suck. Red pill is like your spiritual awakening, like the point of no return. Like you're gonna know every fucking thing. And then the blue pill is ignorance is bliss. Like you can actually eat fast food and not hate yourself afterwards. So it's just like take that with a grain of salt. So, but it's just I just be wishing like sometimes I just like fuck, I would just want to go to Zaxby's right now. Like I remember when I used to love Zaxby's, like when I was younger, and it was just like this is it right here. Just instant gratification, shit straight, at least for this like 20 minutes that it's going to take me to eat this meal until I feel like shit afterwards and then slick regret the whole decision. But like sometimes you just be wanting just that period of just like that brief amount of time where you don't have to conceptualize, where you don't have to overthink about what it is that you're doing. Or they be loud out there, or just I just be wanting to chill sometimes, and sometimes I just be feeling like I can't. I mean, I guess it's good that I did this so early in life, but god damn. At least all of my friends are spiritual, so they completely understand like what I mean when I say stuff like that. And I just got off the phone with both of them today, and they were like, "Yeah, bitch, we all tired. We all worried about money. Okay, we all like kind of working for the man, like, but also trying to defeat capitalism. Like, we're here. We're here. So, it's good. Being reminded that I'm not alone. But shit." Sometimes I just be like, my God, my God. But yeah, I did not script this video, so I truly don't know if this is all I had to say. I really just wanted to give you guys an update and tell y'all shit, because I'm honestly understanding more and more that y'all will just listen to me talk. and that makes sense, because I'm a Gemini. And the shroom video, I was talking to Lynette. Hey girl, I know you're watching. Hey girl. I was talking to her the other day, and she was like, I just was watching your shroom video, and I was just like, this nigga spitting like that. She didn't say that exactly, but she was just like I just like the talking. I just understand what you mean, and it's like the way that I explain things. It just clicks. So I'm very glad that a lot of people can like, find comfort in that and understanding in that, because I knew that like had I had like a YouTuber that I would have watched like me when I was like 13 or 14, oh, this version of me would be like me when I'm 25. Like I would be like progressed. So I mean, divine timing, but yeah, also, I was talking to Lynette as well, and she helped me realize about how much energy I truly do put into my content. Like, literally, I was looking at my just YouTube page, and I was like, God, like, I make quality fucking videos. I never realized how much energy I put into my work. So it's like no wonder I be fucking tired because I talk about trauma. Like I talk about trauma. Y'all literally, a nigga can't do a cute little Q&A like most of these girls that I be watching. Y'all be like, how do I heal all of my childhood trauma? Like, let me tell you about this super traumatic situation that happened to me, and you give me all the advice that you can. Like, that's what y'all be wanting to know from me, and I just be like, what did you say, nigga? Like, I can't tell you that. And I just can't. So, it's just energy that goes into this. So, and coming up, like with this evolution that I'm undergoing at this point in time, like I'm truly just wanting to put more effort into the shit that I care about, and not just that, because I care about YouTube, but sometimes I will put too much emphasis on the content that I create because of like views or because of like what I think y'all want to see. Um I can't talk about trauma every day because it's a little traumatic, so I'll probably be making more lifestyle content. Hopefully I get this baby over here fixed. This is my vlog camera. RIP to my bitch, man. I need to get her ass fixed ASAP. But hopefully I do that soon because I would really like to bring y'all more lifestyle content. Like, y'all will fuck with my friends and the dumb shit. Well, we don't be doing dumb shit, but the hot girl, spiritual shit, hot spiritual girl shit that we be doing around the city of Atlanta. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you take away something from this video. Like, I hope you do all of my videos. And other than that, comment, like, subscribe, same as always. And you guys will see me in the next video.